Welcome to our Sunday morning class. You've both been here most of the past few classes, so we've been working through all the chakras, and the chakra that we've reached for today is, at least I know for my mom, an important one, the third one. It's a bit more difficult chakra to work with in a physical, more active yoga practice. So the moment you come above the heart one, the throat one, the third eye one, and the crown chakra are harder to physically engage and activate, of course. But we're going to try today through a bit more different kind of style, I think, exercises and movements. A tiny bit of Kundalini in there as well. So we're going to at least wake that chakra up a little bit. We're going to start in a seated cross-legged easy position with the hips elevated, because we're going to be there for a little bit. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable, that you can sit up nice and tall. Crossing the legs any way you like. Just bring the hands either lightly into the lap or onto your thighs, whatever feels best for you. And then close your eyes here. And to begin, all you have to do is breathe for a while. Noticing how your breath feels. And allowing your body to soften with every exhale. And you start to lengthen through your spine. Your hips are relaxed. Your chin is slightly tucked towards the chest. And your shoulders drop back and down a little bit more with every exhale. And then you bring both of your hands onto your throat. Just place one on top of the other. And tuck your chin a little bit deeper. And then you take a normal breath in. And with an exhale, you it all the way out. Inhale, normal, through the nose. I'm just taking a few like that. Our hummingbird breath. And when you do that, you really start to notice the sensations in the back of the throat, the activation. The energy waking up there. One more time, deep breath in. And then come back to a normal breath. Or if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, feel free to engage that too. Your Ujjayi breath is our ocean breath. It's a kind of constriction in the back of the throat. If you're holding that closed just a little bit. Like you want to make sure that your neighbors can hear your breath. And just bringing your awareness into that throat space. Knowing that that throat chakra is all about communication. and speaking our truth. But what we often forget is communication goes two ways. It's not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Listening to others, holding space for them. But most importantly, to begin with, listening to ourselves. Listening to our bodies, the signs it's giving, and speaking our truth from that place. Knowing what your truth actually is. So we're going to create some space into that throat chakra today. So if you feel like setting an intention around how you can speak up more for yourself, or better speak your truth, or how to better express yourself, then take a moment here to set your intention. One more deep breath in. And an exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. And you lift your chin up, open your eyes. And take your hands, interlock the fingers, bring the palms together and bring those knuckles underneath your chin. With your next inhale, you're going to bring the head back, opening through the elbows, palms face up to sky. And there's no need to push the head all the way back. You want to keep the shoulders away from your ears. Belly is pulled in. And just feel the opening through the front side of the throat. One more breath in. And with your exhale, you round the spine, bring the elbows back down. And look down towards the ground. I'm going to take that a few times. So inhale to open. Exhale down. And you may close your eyes. And bring your awareness into your throat. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Last round. And then releasing the hands here, next towards the body. Just roll your shoulders up once towards the ears. Inhale. Exhale back and down your spine. And on both arms up to sky, deep breath in. With your exhale, right hand down to the earth, lean over, basic side stretch. But this one, you want to keep your chin slightly tucked towards the chest. You may lift the chin a little bit up towards the sky. And focusing still on that throat space. Our throat chakra is represented by a color of a very deep aquamarine blue. So with all these movements and poses, you may want to visualize that beautiful ocean blue light in the throat space. Take a last deep breath in. With your exhale, come back to center and swing it over to the other side. Both sitting bones are down. Lift the heart up towards the sky. Chin tucks but opens towards the sky as well. Lean in, creating space in between the ribs. Well, you'll notice today that a lot of the poses that we'll do, there's a big or a very close relationship between the heart and the throat chakra. So normally when you think about opening your heart, you'll find your throat as well. Take a last breath in. And come back to center. Release the arms. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down the spine. Then bring your hands with the fingertips light onto the shoulders. So this is where a bit of Kundalini will come in here. With your next inhale, you're going to bring your, and I can't mirror this movement because you really have to start with your left side. You bring your left elbow towards the back and your right elbow forward. So you make a deep twist. So this is your breath in. With your exhale, you it over to the other side. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Right. And keep that going. You have a quite strong inhales and exhales shortly through the nose. Bring your head along. Focus on your throat. Find that edge. 10 more. And last one, release. Bring the hands back onto your knees or your lap. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice the energy move around. Straight away creating space. And then open your eyes back up again. Taking your cushions or blocks away from underneath if you had any. We're going to come into a tabletop, but from here we're going to slide down onto our belly straight away into Sphinx. So elbows underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, palms facing down. You kind of lift and elevate through the forearms, pressing the floor away gently. You try to touch the shoulder blades together in the back. Tucking the chin towards your chest. There's a beautiful pose to actually activate that throat chakra. So close your eyes down here. And try to breathe in through that throat space. Maybe that Ujjayi breath is still with you, that ocean breath. Lightly constricting the back of your throat. And relax your jaw here. Maybe let your lips part a little bit. You keep lifting and elevating through the chest and the throat. Taking your last breath in. And then with your exhale, tuck your chin a little bit deeper. Tuck your toes under. And just lift the hips away from the floor. Forearm plank. So in that forearm plank, you keep pressing the floor away with those forearms. You press the heels backwards. And you really engage your thighs, squeeze your glutes, and then draw the tailbone under lightly. Very strong core. Pull the belly in. And breathe. 3 more breaths. Keep holding. Build up the heat. And keep pushing the floor away from you. You got it. 1 more deep breath in. And then with an exhale, step your feet in a little closer and start to press yourself up into a dolphin. So for dolphin, your forearms stay down. It's kind of a downward facing dog sensation when you press the hips up high. And work the heels towards the floor. Belly towards the thighs. Head through the shoulders. This is one of the poses that I honestly kind of hate the most in yoga. I find it a really, really strong, energetic sensation, hard to handle, but it really activates almost all our chakras, actually. Take a deep breath in, and then slowly bring your knees back down towards your mat. Coming into tabletop. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingers wide, gently pushing the floor away. And now with our cat and cow, I really want you to bring that awareness into that throat space, to visualizing that ball of aquamarine blue light and working with that. So take an inhale to bring your belly down, lift the chest forwards, open the throat. And an exhale to go the opposite way, rounding the spine, chin to chest, and pull that energy in through the throat. Inhale to open again. Exhale to round. And just keeping your arm movement going. Finding your own pace. And every time you breathe in, you really focus on that throat space. You try to open it bit by bit. Noticing the energy in that area. And then slowly come back to the center. Tucking your toes under here and shoot the hips up high for downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to align yourself. Heels press down towards your mat. And if they don't fully touch, bend the knees a little bit. Shoot the hips up higher. Belly towards the toes. Head towards the toes. And push the floor away with your hands. Trying to create space between shoulders and ears. And keep breathing deeply. One more breath. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale to lift your heels, look in between your hands and start to step your feet forwards towards the top of your mat. Planting feet about hip width apart. And just grabbing a hold of your opposite elbows, tiny bend into your knees, forward fold. Releasing through the back of the neck, where we hold so much tension. And which really helps to open up the throat chakra as well. So keep the upper body soft. Planting the feet strongly into the mat. Starting to notice a trembling sensation into the legs. One more inhale. And then slowly release your arms. Inhale, come into a flat back, hands into the shins, lengthen through the spine. And I think here about elongating through the spine, but also really opening through the throat chakra. So you're lifting your heart forwards and up. At the same time, your chin stays slightly tucked, so you activate that throat chakra. One more breath in. And an exhale to fold forwards. Two more. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Bending knees and start to roll up vertebra by vertebra. Stacking one on top of the other. And then rising all the way up, bring your arms up high. Now you're going to interlock your fingers, but you're going to bring the palms up towards the sky. So pressing the palms up. And when we're here, planting the feet down firmly, Micro bend into your knees. Draw your tailbone under. So try not to stick your bum out, but draw it underneath. Belly goes in. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. And then you push the hands away from you and up. Palms reaching up and open. Chin slightly tucked. Close your eyes. Keep lengthening. Focus on that throat sensation. One more inhale. And with your exhale, bring the hands down and straight away start to fold forwards. Inhale, come halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, stepping it back into a high plank. Pushing the floor away here. Heels go back, squeeze the glutes in. Core is strong. Rounding into your shoulder blades. Keep the chin tucked, neck long. Inhale. Exhale to stay. One more breath, inhale. And then slowly releasing the knees down towards your mat. Breath in to bring the shoulders forwards over wrists. Exhale, lower it down. Now this time, instead of going straight into a cobra, untuck your toes, but keep the big toes together. And then interlock the hands behind your back. We're going for a locust pose, and I'm going to give you two options. So option number one is to start lifting the chest away from the floor. You keep your neck long, so chin again is tucked. And you open up the shoulders and the chest, and then see if you can lift the wrists away from the hips. So you open through the shoulders, which again really helps to open up the throat chakra. And if you want to take this a little further, you can also lift the feet off the mat, lengthening through the big toes, lengthening through the crown of the head if someone's pulling you from two directions. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Hands down underneath your shoulders. Let's take a baby cobra here as well. Inhale to lift the chest. Shoulders back and down the spine. Elbows are in, neck long. Exhale to lower. Then press up through the knees, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale for a lion's breath. So a lion's breath is a tongue out and just so you open your mouth as wide as you can. Let the tongue out and really press the air out. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. Lion's breath, exhale. Last one, inhale. Good. Inhale, lift your heels, look in between your hands. Step or float. Top of your mat. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Exhale to fold. Bending your knees and rising up all the way to standing. Maybe opening up through the heart and the throat here, a little back bend. Exhale, we dive it down straight away. Keep flowing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Planting hands, step back. High plank. Lowering down, your choice. Knees first or full chaturanga. Keeping the knees up, elbows stay in. Untucking toes. Inhale, full cobra. Or baby if you want to stay there. But maybe extending your elbows out. And try not to collapse into the shoulders. So just actively push up and away. And then bring the shoulders together in the back, lifting the chest forwards. 2 breaths here. Focusing on that blue ball of light into the throat. Your neck stays long. And one more inhale. And with an exhale, you press into the hands, roll over your toes, come back into down dog. Inhale through the nose, exhale, lion's breath. Inhale to lift your heels, look in between your hands, step or float, top of your mat. Coming halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bending knees, rise up, open. And exhale, we dive it down. One movement, one breath. Inhale halfway. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands and step or jump back into your chaturanga. It's up to you. Inhale, cobra, maybe an up dog. Again, finding that focus and awareness into your throat space. And notice how different a cobra or an up dog feels if you bring the focus there. And then an exhale for downward dog. Inhale nose, exhale lion's breath. Then lift your right leg high to the sky here. Inhale. Square the hips, flex the right toes, and lift that back leg as high up as possible. Deep breath in. With an exhale, knee towards the nose. Hover for a moment, finding that core strength, and then step your right foot in between the hands. Allowing your hips to melt here for a moment. Really feeling that stretch into the hips, and then take a breath in to lift your heart forward, opening the throat. With your exhale, extend the right leg. Bring the left heel as far back as possible, nose to knee. We're going to flow with that. So inhale, come back forwards, bend into the right knee, lift the chest. Exhale, back into a long pyramid. Keep it moving. Inhale, go deeper into your hips. Exhale. Awareness is still into the throat. Finding that Ujjayi breath, if you can, to really activate it even deeper. One more deep breath in here. With your exhale, bring your knee down towards the mat, your back knee. Now lifting both arms up to sky, inhale. Straight away, interlock the fingers, bring the hands, the palms behind your head, and open up the elbows backwards towards one another. Lifting the heart up, really opening through the throat here. You keep melting the hips forwards and down. Finding the space into the hips, of course, as well. And I want you to really think about pulling the belly in, activating the core, pull the ribs in, and bring the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe into your throat. Can you open the elbows a little more? Can you melt deeper into your hips? I know this is not an easy pose. If you're engaging every muscle you're supposed to engage, it's costing quite some energy. Taking a last breath in. And slowly bring the arms up to sky. Deep inhale to lengthen. And with your exhale, hands down to your mat. Lift your back knee and then step back. Downward dog, or feel free to take a little flow here with me. You can move through your vinyasas any way you like. Cobras or up dogs, or skip them completely, whatever you feel like best today. Deep breath in. Lion's breath, exhale. Good. Inhale, left leg high to sky. Pressing right heel down. Flexing the left toes down. Lift it higher. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Hover for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, step left foot forwards in between your hands. Melting your hips. Feel that opening into that hip flexor. Waking up the body after a long night's sleep. At least I hope it was for you. It was full moon last night, so you may not have slept that well. Then take a breath in, lifting the chest, the throat up and forwards. Create that space. Exhale, sink the hips back. Extending the left leg, long pyramid. Inhale forwards. Exhale. Find your edge. Inhale, come forwards. Keep it moving. Exhale. Finding your own flow and going deeper every round. Keep the hips squared. One more inhale. And now with an exhale, back knee down. Rising arms up. Inhale. Hands interlock behind the head. Open the chest. Lean back a little bit. Just notice how good that feels into your lower back. If it's too much, you just come a bit further forwards. And then very consciously melt your hips down. Open up through the hips. And then maybe open the throat a little bit deeper as well, looking higher up to sky. Bring the elbows further out. Shoulders away from ears. Engage the belly. Stay with your breath, slow it down. Deep breath in. And with your exhale, arms up to sky. Inhale, lengthen and elevate. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Lifting the back knee and stepping it back. Plank or downward dog, up to you. Deep inhale. Lion's breath, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, look in between your hands, step or float, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bending knees and rising up all the way. Open through the throat. Exhale, hands to heart this time. Bring your thumbs into the heart space. Rolling the shoulders back and down the spine. And tuck the chin slightly. Every inhale, your sternum just presses against your thumbs. And here you can feel that connection between heart and throat very consciously. Allow them to move as one and to be one. One last breath in. And slowly release your hands, opening the eyes up. We're gonna start our flow, our next flow, with a balancing pose. So you're gonna bring the weight onto your right foot, lift the left foot off the mat, and cross the left knee over the right. You're gonna take your left elbow, 90 degrees, sorry, crossing your right elbow over, and then interlocking the hands. See if you can bring the palms together. If you can't, that's fine. Then you just take the tops of the hands together. Now begin here first by lifting the elbows up. So you start to feel a really deep stretch into your shoulders. Then take a deep breath in. And then start to bend into that standing right leg. Eagle pose. Squaring your hips, gently draw your tailbone under, engaging your lower abs very strongly. Because of this weird shoulder restriction, your throat chakra starts to get activated here. Taking one more inhale, go a little lower. Now with your exhale, if you can, start to bow forwards, bringing elbows towards the knees, rounding the spine. Keep the balance and focus on one point, down onto your floor. Core is still engaged. Breathe in through your throat. One last breath in. And then if you can, same way you came in, come out. So your arms rise up and keep the arms interlocked. You're just going to lift your left knee up in towards the chest. Inhale. Stay there for your exhale, finding your balance. And then if you have that balance, you flex the left foot and start to shoot the left foot all the way behind you into a warrior 3 variation. Taking your time, there's no rush, keeping the focus again on one point. Elbows away from you, squaring hips, chin is tucked. Inhale. With your exhale, start to bend into your right knee, plant the left foot down. High lunge variation. See if you can keep those arms. Squaring the hips, draw the tailbone, melt. Lift the elbows. You may lean back a little bit, Pointing the fingertips up towards, or the back of the sky even. Pull the belly in. One more inhale. And with your exhale, release your arms. Inhale, rising both arms up. Exhale for warrior two. Making sure your right heel is aligned with the crease of your left foot. Right knee stacked on top of the ankle, open through the hips. Extend the arms. Rolling the shoulders soft. Take a deep breath in to flip your right palm and then reverse your warrior, keeping the right knee bent. Work the right knee further open towards the right. Draw the hips under. Keep the chin tucked, but open that heart and the throat up towards the sky. Inhale. With an exhale, just extend the right leg for a moment. Finding a reverse Trikonasana. Deep inhale. And with an exhale, bending back into the right knee, finding your side angle. Beginning with elbow on the knee, left hand can be on hip, or if you want to, you may extend the left arm overhead. And now here, think about the throat and how the throat aligns with the energy of your back leg. So the way you lengthen through the left leg, you want to keep lengthening through the upper body, through the throat, all the way up towards the crown of the head even. Chin is still tucked, shoulders away from your ears. Open. One more inhale. And then with your exhale, bring the left hand back onto your hip. Then bring the right hand down to your mat, or you may choose a block to bring just in front of the right foot. You start to slide the left foot in a little bit. You may lift the left foot off the mat. Half moon pose. In that half moon, you want to open that heart and that throat towards the sky. Stacking left hip on top of right hip. And you may extend your up towards the sky. There's all kinds of variations. You may take your right hand off the mat for balance. But stay with the breath and focus on that balancing foot. Then, slowly drop your back foot all the way behind you again. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill your hands down towards your mat. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. When you've reached your down dog, take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, lift your heels, look in between your hands, step or float. Top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Bending knees, rising up all the way. Open. Exhale, hands to your heart. Finding that connection, heart and throat, one more time. Roll the shoulders back, chin is tucked. Thumbs connecting with the heart space. Find that ball of blue light. Feel what's happening in that area. And when you're ready, eyes open, weight to the other foot. I'm going to go straight for our eagle pose on the left side. I'm going to change sides, by the way. So you're going to lift the right knee up in towards the chest, cross it over the left knee, and then take the right elbow, 90 degrees, crossing left elbow, interlock the hands. And then inhale here first to lift the elbows further up and away. And then with an exhale, you may start to bend into your standing leg. But for now, the back stays long. Upper body doesn't change. You're just starting to lower down through the left leg. Pull the belly in, square the hips, take a breath. And you may want to melt forwards, rounding the spine, elbows to knees. Feeling the opening through the back of the shoulders. Belly stays engaged. One more breath in. And then slowly come all the way back up. Same way you came in. Just keep the arms. Right knee into your chest. Keep the balance. And if you want, flexing the right foot. And you start to shoot the right foot all the way behind you. Keeping those arms, and take your time. There's absolutely no rush. Squaring hips, press the back heel backwards. And if it makes life easier for you to bend the standing leg, then do so. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Elbows still away from the body. Inhale. Good. Exhale, bend left knee, step right foot behind you. I know, you feel on the legs, right? Inhale, high lunge. Lift the elbows again. Exhale, melt down deep. You may lean back just a little bit. Deep inhale. And release the arms, exhale. Inhale, rising both arms up. Normal high lunge. And exhale for warrior two. Finding the alignment of your feet here. Left heel with the crease of the right foot. Extend your arms. Press into both of your big toes. Go a little bit deeper. And then inhale to flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Left knee opens. Lean back as far as you can so you feel the space in between the ribs. And then open and lift the heart and the throat up towards the sky. Keep the chin tucked. One more breath in. And then slowly extend your left leg. One more breath. Keep leaning back. Reverse Trikonasana. And with an exhale, bending back into your left knee, finding your side angle variation. Taking it the same way as you did on the other side. So maybe that arm extended, maybe it didn't. It's up to you. You try to find that length from the back leg, back foot, all the way over the side body, through the throat. So lift the chest and the throat up towards the sky. Keep the upper body really active. We're not hanging into that elbow. You can actually take the elbow off. So give that as just a quick try. Pull the belly in. Chin is tucked. Breathe into the throat. Focus is there. And then one more deep breath in. Reverse your warrior. No, that's not true. I'm sorry about that. And bring the left hand down towards the mat. Right hand comes onto the hip. We have a half moon pose to go. So you're going to bring the weight onto your left foot. Start to slide the right foot in and lifting the right leg up and away. Opening the hips really here. Opening the chest. Keep the neck long. Chin slightly tucked. Flex the right foot. And then you may take the right hand up to sky or take any other variation. Whatever feels good here. Last inhale. And then very slowly step your right foot behind you again. And this time we do take that reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale. Windmill your hands down. Pressing firmly, stepping back. Maybe vinyasa, maybe downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And lion's breath, exhale. And just bring your knees down towards the mat here. Bring them out wide. Big toes together to touch. Sink the hips down low. Child's pose. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are soft. And slow your breath down. And keep activating that Ujjayi breath, that ocean breath in the back of your throat. Just taking a moment here to observe what is happening in that throat space. Relax. And then gently press yourself back up through the hands. Hands come towards the body. Keep the knees as they are. Bring the hands behind you, fingers facing forwards. And then just open through the chest. The hips stay down. You really just press the palms into the floor. Open the heart space. Keep the belly pulled in. Ribs pull in. You create space through the front side of the chest and through the throat. Now, if you're comfortable, and especially today, because we're working on our throat chakra, you may want to release the head all the way backwards. And the wind is blowing so hard today that my door is just opening. What do you think of that? Good. Taking one last breath in there. And then bring the chin towards the chest. First, release the body. I'm going to play around with that lion's breath again. So you keep the knees again, just with the legs as they are. Big toes together in the back, knees out wide. You're going to take your hands, bring the palms just in front of you down on the mat. Then turn the fingertips towards you. If that makes sense. So fingertips towards you. You're feeling a stretch into the insides of the wrists and the forearms. And this is the fun part. The good thing is no one can see you guys anyways. So take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Good. 3 more. Inhale. Let it out. Find that expression. Inhale. And the last one. Make it your best one. Okay. Release. Then bring your knees back together. Close your eyes for a moment. And even though that probably made you laugh a little bit and joke around, giggle, it does circulate some energy. So pick up on that sensation. It's a very powerful way to find an expression. If you don't know really how to express yourself, lock yourself up somewhere in a little room, toilet. Just do that a few times. You'll find a bit of your voice back again. Opening your eyes up again. And you're going to swing your hips down either side. So you can roll yourself down onto the back slowly. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself a bit of a squeeze here. Massaging the lower back, taking circles. And we'll end our practice with 2 nice inversions that are both really good to open up that throat chakra. So we begin by planting your feet down as close towards your hips as possible. Feet are hip width apart, So you could have like a block in between the knees. That's how far away they are. And you want to kind of keep the legs as if you have that block in between. You can even use it if you want to. If you have a block, bring it in between your thighs or your knees. Then you're going to plant your hands next towards the hips, palms facing down. Walk the shoulders away from your ears and start to press the shoulders deep into the mat. So you kind of lift a little bit away already with the chest, and then bring the hips away from the floor into a bridge pose. Walk the shoulders a little bit further underneath the body. Keep working on those inner thighs. Squeeze the glutes as much as you can. And you want to keep the chin slightly tucked, but at the same time not in towards the chest. So you have a bit of space for that throat still to open. But your neck stays long. Lift the hips up higher. One more breath in. And then slowly release the hips down. Hug the knees into your chest. And our next one is a shoulder stand. So in shoulder stands, we want to make sure same sensation. Then you bring the hands, first of all, next towards the hips, and you start to press those shoulders in towards the floor. And then knees bent, and you start to shoot the feet over the head a few times until you find some momentum to shoot them all the way towards the sky. And then bring the hands onto the lower back. Walk the hands as far down or up, depending how you look at it. You want to walk the hands towards the shoulders. Then squeezing the glutes in. So you kind of tuck your tailbone under. It's the same sensation as all those other poses. Chin is a little bit away from the chest again to create space for the throat. Press the shoulders deep into the mat. And see if you can keep your gaze up looking towards the sky, because your neck is in quite a sensitive position. So just trust my words, trust the process. You don't have to look at your screen right now. Keep pushing the floor away with the shoulders. So you take some pressure off the neck, pointing the toes up, and try to lengthen through the legs and the toes as if someone's pulling your toes up towards the sky. Walk the hands further towards the shoulders if you can. And keep the elbows close in. 3 more breaths. Close your eyes for a moment. Allow all that energy to circulate. And then very slowly bend your knees. You're going to bring the feet over your head into a plow pose. So keep supporting your lower back with your hands. And if your toes touch the floor behind you, you can take the hands off your back. If they don't, if they keep hanging, that's fine. And you just keep your hands onto the back for support. And again, close your eyes. Keep pressing into the shoulders. You push the floor away with the shoulders. Neck is long. Feel the energy. This nice stretch of your back. Bring your awareness back into your throat. And even though the throat is slightly constricted here, can you allow the energy in your breath to move through it? So we activate by constricting and expanding. This pose is obviously constricting. But here as well, once we release, that space will be there. We're going to do that right now. So very slowly start to bend into your knees. Bring the hands back onto your lower back if you had them off. And then vertebra by vertebra, really go as slow as you can go. You're going to bring the hips back down onto the earth. And plant the feet for a moment. Bend your knees, hands onto your belly. Just take a breath. And we'll do a counter pose for that shoulder stand. That one is fish. That one's always a little bit harder to explain. So if you know how to get into your fish, please feel free to go there. Otherwise, just take my instructions with you. So you're going to bring your hands into a diamond shape. So index fingers and thumbs together into a diamond shape. And with the palms facing down, you're going to bring the diamond shape underneath, let's say, the sacrum. So the sacrum is in the space of your diamond. Then you're going to come up onto your forearms. You're going to walk those forearms underneath the body. So you're kind of lifting the heart already. Now point your toes away from you, extend and engage the legs fully. And now you start to press even harder into your forearms, lifting the chest up, 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 creating a deep arch into your back, lifting the shoulders away from you, and then maybe release the head back again. Finding that space into your throat. It's a beautiful, beautiful throat opener, this one. Keep pressing into your diamond shape and into your forearms. And give yourself 3 lion's breaths here again. If you have your head released to the back. And then carefully lift the chin up first, lifting the head and then releasing your body down towards the mat again. Taking the hands away from underneath your hips. And get ready for your final Shavasana. Straight away. Feel free to grab anything warm if you want to cover yourself. Making yourself comfortable, maybe with cushions, any way you like. Just resting yourself down. Noticing the heaviness in the body. Giving your body permission to fully sink into that heaviness. Surrendering into that sensation. And just floating off towards that comfortable space. Resting. I speak my truth. I hear my truth. I am expressing myself with clear intent. I am an important voice in the world, and my voice is heard. I speak my truth clearly. I love to share my experiences and wisdom, and I know when it is time to listen. I listen to my body and my feelings to know what my truth is. I am safe and trust others to allow me to express myself truthfully. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. I am my truth. I express my love, my goodness, and my gratitude every time I speak. And just slowly start to move your body again. Wiggling toes and fingers. Bringing your arms overhead, giving yourself a full stretch. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest. Rolling over to your favorite side. Keeping the eyes closed for a last moment. And then making your way up slowly towards a seated cross-legged position. Bring the hands into your heart space. Feeling your sternum rise with your breath in. And the sensation in the back of your throat with your breath out. Connecting heart and throat. Knowing that your truth is somewhere hidden in your heart. So allowing yourself to connect with both of these chakras regularly, to know your truth, and to be able to express yourself from that place of connection. Bowing the forehead down towards the fingers. Saying gratitude for coming onto the mat today, for taking the time out for yourself, for reconnecting, and keeping that sensation with you throughout the rest of your day. Namaste.